welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis.
This is Ted.
And this is Ted, and today we want to show you how to make our baked Parma ham and beef spaghetti bolognese. So the first thing I'm going to do is preheat my oven to 160 degrees. As I just mentioned, today we are going to show you how to make my delicious baked Parma ham and beef spaghetti bolognese. Now this recipe is really easy to do. It does take some time to cook, however, because you put it in the oven and you leave it to slow cook there. But it is delicious and it is really tasty, and it's a great one for a Sunday afternoon. If you've got a few things to do in the morning around the house, then this is a great one to make on a Sunday afternoon. But we're having it for Monday lunch today because we just fancied it, and while we were making it we thought we'd share it with you.
So here's how to make a delicious
baked Parma and beef spaghetti bolognese. My oven is preheating, so now what I've got is a large frying pan, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto a high heat on the hob. I'm going to add oil to the base of that pan.
You can use any high heat, 9, 10, 8. We suggest 9, under 9.
Yeah, it depends what hob they've got though, sweetheart.
Yeah, it depends on what hob you've got. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm just heating the oil in the base of the pan, and I'm just going to let my pan heat up now. So my pan is starting to heat up nicely now.
Now what we're going to do is add some onions.
Now we're going to add the onion to the base of the pan, that's right. So we're just going to fry this.
Yeah.
Until
then we're going to add...
Until these start to become soft and clear, translucent is what they call it.
Yep.
So we're just going to fry these until they become see-through now. My onions have started to soften, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my garlic to the pan, and I'm just going to fry the garlic until this starts to soften now. And this shouldn't take too long, normally about 30 seconds or so, and the garlic really does start to soften. You don't need long. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my Parma ham to this as well. So I'm just going to add the ham in now. This is actually prosciutto, or prosciutto as we like to call it in this house. We use this because it's slightly cheaper than Parma ham, but you can use Parma ham, or you could use a bit of bacon if you can't get Parma ham. And I'm going to add a bit of water to the base of this pan because it's starting to stick slightly. So I've just added a bit of water. I'm just going to fry this for a few seconds, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my carrots and my courgettes to this, and I'm going to fry these until these start to soften now as well and warm through a little. So that's everything starting to heat up nicely now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my minced beef as well. And now I'm just going to break the minced beef up, and I'm going to brown it until all the pieces are brown on the minced beef and it's all mixed in with the other ingredients. So everything has browned off nicely now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my tomatoes to the pan. So I've got 2 tins of tomatoes here, about 400 grams of tomatoes. I'm just going to add these in, and hang on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some chicken stock into the bottom of the tomato tin, and then Teddy's just going to swirl that round a little bit, and then he's going to pour that. Okay, you're going to pour over the tomatoes, and that should get rid of most of the juice from the bottom.
Shall we do the other one?
Yeah, do you want me to do that? And then you pour it in.
Yeah, shake it.
Yeah, shake it a little bit.
Shake it.
Okay. Lovely. And I'm just going to leave this to simmer on here for a little while. So I'm just going to reduce the heat. My assistant Ted is now going to sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour just to make the sauce slightly thicker. You can use rice flour, or you could use plain flour if you wanted to as well. So I'm using chickpea flour because I have a gluten intolerance, so I find this easier to digest if I use that type of flour. And then we are going to add in a teaspoon. Can you add in a teaspoon? So a little bit on the end of oregano.
We're running out of oregano.
Okay, we're running. No, just one's fine. And then we're going to add in the tomato puree.
Tomato puree.
Okay, Ted wants to do that as well.
Tomato puree.
Lovely.
Daddy loves this in his sandwiches.
Yeah.
Because he likes to do pizza sandwiches.
Yeah. Right, and then we are going to add in bay leaves and some thyme.
I want to add them in.
Okay. So bay leaves. Thyme goes in first. Shall I do that? And then you do the bay leaves. And then we're just going to mix those round a little bit like so. And they're just there to add a little bit of extra flavour to the sauce. And then we're going to add in a pinch of salt.
Oh, salty.
Pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper as well.
Don't have too much salt, kids. Otherwise it'll hurt you.
Salt and pepper to your taste.
Because once I tried a lot of
I've just got oregano.
Once I tried... I want to put it in.
No, I'll do the pepper, sweetheart.
Once I tried, so kids, once Mummy made chips, I would try salt and put loads of it. That's really yucky, so don't ever try that at home.
Okay.
Don't ever, because that was my first time.
I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the oven for 2 hours now.
2 hours?
And I've preheated my oven to the wrong temperature. I've just realised it should be at 160, not 200. So I'm going to put this into the oven for about 2 hours on 160. So it just keeps everything warm and it keeps the juices coming from the meat as well, and it makes it really tender and tasty at the end. So yeah, I forgot to say that I actually put a lid on my pan before I put it in the oven. So under here should be, oh look at that, that looks lovely. So there is the spaghetti bolognese. The sauce has thickened beautifully. So I'm going to take this out of the oven, and I have my pasta boiling on the oven. I'll try and show it to you a bit closer up actually. Let me just put the spoon down because I need 2 hands for this. So that's the bolognese sauce stewed beautifully in the oven. So I've cooked my pasta and I've taken the lid off. I've removed some of the sauce from the frying pan because we'll have that at another point. It's only Ted, Howard and I eating this, so I've made it as if it's served like 4 to 5 people, and I've just taken off half and put that into a Tupperware box, and I'll put that in my freezer. And now I'm going to add the pasta to the sauce and not the other way round. So I'm just going to add that. I'm going to mix this in, and then I'm going to serve myself some of this. It smells absolutely delicious. It really does. It's making the whole house smell, and it's making me really hungry now as well. So I'm just going to add a bit to a bowl, like so. And that, my friends, is our lunch done. So that's how you make our baked Parma ham and beef spaghetti bolognese, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're off to have this for our lunch now, and it smells delicious, so we're really looking forward to it. So for now, that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching.
Please feel free to give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below, please. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe